Tunde, the Little Nigerian Prince. Written by me, Her Royal Highness, Princess Carol Ayo Durodola. I wrote this story for my two children, Ricky and Tare, when they were little, so they could have a story about Grandpa. Once upon a time, on the gigantic continent of Africa, in the country of Nigeria, there lived a little prince named Tunde. Tunde lived in a town called Egbe and was the proud son of the king. He loved being the prince and sitting with his daddy, watching him rule his people. Tunde lived in the palace. The palace was so big because many people had to live there. It was built from the earth. Red mud was shaped into bricks and baked in the sun until hard as rocks. It still stands today. The palace was always a bustle. From cockcrow to sundown, there were people everywhere. A little prince could easily get lost and forgotten in the crowd. But the little prince was noticed by a missionary lady. She thought he was the smartest and the cutest guy and could imagine him enjoying school and church. One day, the American missionary lady came to the palace and asked the king if the little prince could come to Sunday school. The king said no. He didn't want the prince to leave the ways of the village. He needed him to learn how to be a king over the village. But the missionary lady did not give up. She kept on coming back. Every Sunday for 2 years she was in the palace, asking the king the same question. Every Sunday he refused. She promised to take good care of the prince. The prince would enjoy the music and storytelling and might even learn to read and write like in the Western world. The king kept saying no, and the missionary lady kept coming back. The king kept saying no, and the missionary lady kept coming back. Finally, the king gave in. He did that more to get rid of the nagging tiny American missionary lady than that he agreed with her. So Tunde went off to Sunday school, which on Monday and every other day of the week became regular school at the church mission. Of course, he enjoyed Sunday school a whole lot. He learned to read and write and went on to join the missionary elementary school and then the high school. When he finished high school, he got a job in the school and became the principal. Tunde always wanted to be a doctor. So he saved enough money and bought a ticket and got on a ship bound for America. The little prince, now a grown-up man, got into college in America. He studied very hard and did all his schoolwork well. Finally, he graduated from medical school as a doctor. The prince met a beautiful lady in America. She was like a princess, and he fell in love with her. She was cute and delicate, with a sparkle in her light brown eyes. Soon they got married. Together, they had 3 little princesses and 1 little prince. The first little princess is me. Prince Tunde had a lot of fun and many adventures growing up, and you will read more about all his adventures in other stories about Tunde, the Little Nigerian Prince. The end. Or just the beginning. Look for more ebook movies about Tunde's adventures. And here's my dad, Tunde the Prince, and me. Until next time, when I bring you another exciting story about Tunde the Little Nigerian Prince.